Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. I've got an interesting video for you. Today we're going to take a look at my 2022 Honda Monkey. Now this bike retails for $41.99. It comes in two different colors, banana yellow as you see here, or pearl black. Last year, 2021, you could pick these bikes up in, I think it was blue or red. Now the motor is pretty much the same. It has 124.9 cc, so they call it a 125. It's an air-cooled single-cylinder 4-stroke engine. Its bore is 50 millimeters and the stroke is 63.1 millimeters. It has a compression ratio of 10.0.1. This is a fuel injected bike, so there is no on-off reserve on the tank. So it's completely fuel injected. In fact, it has a 24 millimeter throttle body. This bike has fully transistorized ignition, and it's a single overhead cam with two valves. You got an exhaust valve and an intake valve. It's very simple. Now, one of the biggest changes that they made this year was they added another gear. So it's a 5-speed transmission this year. Last year it was a 4-speed. It has a multi-plate wet clutch in it, and it's a chain-driven bike, as you can see. The front sprocket has 14 teeth, and the rear sprocket has 37 teeth. Now the suspension on the front, you see those inverted forks. They're 31 millimeters and they have 3.9 inches of travel. And then on the rear, you can see that it has twin shocks with 4 inches of travel. Now if I go to the other side of the bike, so if you talk about the brakes on this bike, on the front you have disc brakes. They're hydraulic disc, 220 millimeter with anti-lock braking. Now anti-lock braking is standard on these 2022 models, so it's very nice hydraulic disc brakes. If you go to the rear, we also have a hydraulic disc brake, but it's a little bit smaller. It's 190 millimeters. Now the tires are 12-inch tires, but the sizes are different from the front to the back. On the rear here, we have a 130 by 80 tire, and on the front, we have a 120 by 80 tire. So it's very nice. Now the rake is 25 degrees. Now for those of you who don't understand what rake is, if we start from this axle nut right here, and we have a line that's plumb, which is straight up and down, we measure this angle right here versus that plumb line. That angle is 25 degrees. Now where those lines intersect, you'll have this plumb line coming down here and then this other line. This measurement right here is what they call the trail, and the trail on this is 82 millimeters or 3.2 inches. The wheelbase, which is from this center hub all the way to here, is 45 inches on this bike. Now the seat height is 30.5 inches, which is a little different than last year's model. It does have 1.5 gallon fuel capacity. It's very nice. The curb weight of this bike is 231 pounds. Now if you haven't noticed, these wheels are not spoked wheels. These are cast wheels, so you don't have to worry about spokes and stuff like that getting damaged. It's very, very cool. Another thing that you'll notice that they added this year versus last year is this oil filter. Now you can also see the oil sight glass, and if I bring the bike up a little bit, you can see the oil in there. Now this bike runs on 30 weight motorcycle oil. It's a very nice bike. If we look at the fuel tank, Very cool. You take the key and you have a locking fuel cap rather. So it's very cool. You can lock that baby after you get your gas, just like that, and you don't have to worry about it. It does have a lock, so if you want to turn this, you can lock your steering wheel just like that. Take your key out. Now the steering wheel is locked. So for a small bike like this, that's a nice feature, because these kind of bikes are notorious for getting stolen because they're so small. Now the display is really nice. When you turn the key on, you see it goes through its little diagnostics. It gives you that flash. And if it's quiet outside, you'll hear the fuel injector. And that's, I think, why they make it go through those whole lights and stuff. It gives it time for the fuel to pump into the throttle body. And then once you get everything ready, you just push this button here and the bike starts up. It's a very quiet bike. So right here we have low on the headlights, we got high on the headlights, we have a horn, we have our turn signals. You can see right there on the display, turn signals. Turn to the right and then push it straight in to stop it. This is an emergency stop. Shuts the engine off. Now you see we can start it again. And all these headlamps, these are LED lights. There's the horn. There's a lot of metal on this bike. This is chrome, not plastic or anything. It's a nice bike. Very cool little bike. And right here on the exhaust, this is all plastic. The exhaust pipe itself is steel, but they have this big plastic shroud around it, so you can put your leg anywhere here and it's not going to burn you. Very nice. These go up, these do not. That's the rear brake there. This is the front brake right here. And then of course your standard clutch here and your shifter. This also goes up. So that is a first look at the 2022 Honda Monkey. I want to say thank you for joining me today on this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave your comments down below, like this video, share this video, and until next time, thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.